Gerald's awake. Looks like he's had a few drinks. But then again, whenever Gerald's awake, he's had a few drinks, so...
Oh, I also have his gun.
Okay, that's a little different, but...
It's sitting on the table by me just in case. It was a precaution I took 3 hours ago.
I asked, is there any particular reason you're babysitting the gun?
Yeah, you shot me.
Oh, that's news.
Yeah.
And where exactly did I shoot you?
In the chest in this room.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure it was a dream.
So you're pretty sure. I don't know, is there a gaping wound into your chest?
No.
Is there a mask?
No, I seem to be intact. I just don't know if you're going to come get this gun and shoot me, and I've been having the longest, boringest, drunkenest dream ever.
Well, I mean, I might if you keep accusing me of shooting you in the chest.
I think I'm awake. All right, good. All right, so before we do anything today, I'm going to need to put some food in my stomach and get some breath mints. Before we go anywhere else, though, a better explanation for what I'm talking about is before we left Houston, that night I had a nightmare. And then Millie killed me. You remember Millie, the Emmy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up, I was tied down, she killed me, strangled me with my own intestines, and I woke up. Didn't think that was worth mentioning because this line of work comes with nightmares. And then last night I dreamt that... Okay. Well, anyway, I explained to him what happened. That might just be a couple of unfortunate nightmares. If it's not, it's something you probably know.
Okay, you make your way to the police station. One of the officers greets you. They're both Hispanic. Only 2 officers here. I'm Juan, and that's the other Juan. Haha. Damn it, Juan, do you have to tell that stupid joke every time? I'm Officer Ponchero. He is Officer Juan, unfortunately. What can we do for you?
All right. We want to look into these cases. Thump.
Ooh, well, we got some files here.
And that's what we want to look at.
You can have all the files you want.
Do you have a system?
Alphabetical. They let you have full access to the files. They even set aside a little table for you and clear it off. And you are able to pull out what you weren't able to find in a lot of the obituaries and records, which is photos of the victims. And you're seeing a definite pattern now. It's a lot of dark-haired males with facial hair, goatees, mustaches. Some of them have full-on beards, but they all have the ring of hair around the mouth. Do either of you mention Fetz?
Do we mention what now?
Heron Fetz, the guy who was your roomer from the Outlier.
I mean, we'd look up his case file.
He was from 1820. There's no case file on him.
Okay.
But if you do mention the name, one of the guys says, oh, he's like the boogeyman around here.
Yeah.
You a 40s mobster? Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
You better give us the skinny or else we'll be back to put the squeeze on you, huh?
Yeah, see?
No, that's what he says. He's like the boogeyman around here, right?
You heard my response. I'm sticking with it. Yeah.
Well, he don't know what else to say. He was from back when the town was just getting started. Say he killed a woman. There's a big feud over it, family feud.
Hatfield McCoy sort of thing?
Sorta, but they were all in the same family. Half of them up and left said he was a murderer, and half of them said that he was just a bastard.
Hatfield McCoy's and McCoy's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also died 10 years after he supposedly killed that woman.
Yeah.
Burned her.
Hit his head and drowned in the river, from what I heard.
All right, well, we'll just continue on with all this, and we'll get out of your hair.
All right, and they let you have all the time. It takes you a couple hours to go through all the case files, and they go back probably about 50 years since the police station's been around.
Any questions about any cold cases we go into is a immediate $500 fine.
Will you answer?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a pattern, see?
You got a lot of questions there, huh?
How about we find you at the bottom of the river, yeah?
Yeah. With some cement shoes, just standing there knee deep.
Right, 4 feet of water.
Just stuck like, hey, can't get out.
You're not gonna drown, but you're gonna get really wet, see?
Yeah. Gonna have pruny toes.
Gonna leave your socks and shoes on. I just hate it when those get wet.
They're gonna call you Johnny Prune Feet.
Prune Show, right? No, they're gonna call him Prune Show.
Johnny Prune Show. What the fuck is a prune show? Is that like the California Raisins?
The dude had no idea.
Johnny.
I get the feeling this isn't going to be nearly as funny in retrospect, but I'm writing this down.
Johnny Prune Show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to name drop that later.
Retarded. All right.
Yeah, I just play off due diligence. Like, at this point, it's just like morbid curiosity. Like, I was looking for a pattern and I sort of found one, but obviously with the missing persons, it's really, pattern is circumstantial, even though I don't believe that. I tell them that, but out of curiosity, I wanted to see how far this circumstantial pattern would go back, and took me all the way back to the 1820s. So clearly a dead end, but it's, it's worth being thorough. Plus, I'm paid by the hour.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm a federal agent. I'm salaried. And honestly, I'm not a federal agent, so I don't get paid at all.
I make more money.
Man, nothing I say.
That's depressing. You're lying about a fictional salary.
Yeah.
Getting into the minutia.
That's how you pull a convincing con. You gotta believe it yourself.
Like in another few years, I'll have my 3rd week of paid vacation.
Imaginary 3rd week of paid vacation. Well, at least we have confirmed what we already knew, which was that there is a type. I mean, we'll go see the living relative and see if they give us some useful information.
3rd victim, like what day was that supposed to happen?
Tomorrow. Yeah, I still say we should go see the old woman and see where that gives us. I'm sure there'll be clues there.
You guys make your way to Helena Fetz's house.
Okay.
You knock on the door. It takes you a minute for you to hear her getting up. Seems like a nice old lady. Hello. What can I do for you?
Hello, Miss Fetz.
Who are you?
I'm Agent Dixon. This is Agent Grime.
Oh, like the town.
Yeah, like the town.
Isn't that a nice little coincidence?
Yeah, we're just running into a bunch of those lately.
Yeah.
I actually was wondering,
Oh, you don't want to let Mittens out the door. Mittens, get back here. The cat's trying to get out.
Oh no, Mittens, no!
Shoot the cat.
Oh, no.
It ain't going nowhere now.
Wait, shoot the cat and then plant a gun on the cat.
Wait, are you insinuating that it's a black cat?
I mean, it is, but that doesn't mean it's up for trouble. Mittens, come here.
No, Miss Fetz
Mittens.
kind of blocked the cat from getting out.
Okay, I mean, it's just curious. It's not trying to actively escape.
Okay. We're here working a case, and don't forgive me, but I love local folklore. We actually had learned a bit of the history, and I was hoping maybe I could ask you some questions about ancestry of yours.
Oh, yeah, come on in. I'll make some tea.
Excellent.
What kind of tea do you boys like?
Orange juice.
I've got green tea. I hope you like green tea.
Doesn't matter what I like, you're going to give it to me anyway.
Just give me about 15 minutes to boil the water. And she fills up an old-style kettle and puts it on the stove and lights it. Should be about 10 minutes before it boils. Another 5
Excellent.
to make the tea.
Got all day.
She's making tea.
Yeah.
Mittens.
What'd you say before, Kyle?
Mittens, come here.
I said it doesn't matter. I mean, if all she has is green tea, we're gonna get green tea. Like it doesn't matter.
Right.
She sits you down in the living room, which is pretty much an exact copy of every old person's living room that you've ever been to. A very loud and floral print couch. And there's cat hair everywhere. The cats start rubbing up on you. Mittens, leave the nice man alone. She keeps doing old woman stuff. She's pretty much staring at the stove, waiting for water to boil.
Man, while we're waiting on that,
Oh, should be any time now.
Yep. Wanted to ask you about, what the hell was that guy's name? Heron? What kind of name is that?
Aaron Fetz. Oh, it's an old family name. That's a real old family name. Haven't heard that name in a long time. Not a lot of interesting stories Mini Family has, but that's one of them.
I'd love to hear it.
Oh, it caused quite a bit of controversy among the family. Some say he was a killer. Some people say he was just a bastard. No one knows for sure which. He was a cattleman way back. 18-something. 1810, 1805. That was when the Herons came here. here to settle. And, met a woman. They were together for a while, and then she disappeared. Some say he killed her, but there was never any proof. Caused a big fight. Half the family said they wouldn't live with the murderer. They moved away. A big falling out. Never knew what happened to the rest of the Fetzes. There might be some Fetzes floating around there somewhere that I haven't met. But
where do you come out on that?
Oh, who's to say? Such a long time ago. But I did get some family heirlooms. Hang on a minute. She starts to walk over to the other side of the room and bends over to open a chest. And then right when she bends over, the teapot whistles. Oh, there's the water. Hang on. And she turns around and starts slowly old personing her way over to the kitchen. Or she gets the water and pours it into the teacups. And then takes the tea bags and slowly begins teabagging the water. And this goes on for a good 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, proper tea takes the right amount of time. You can't rush it. And then you've got the perfect cup of tea. And she brings you 2 steaming hot cups of tea and sits down.
Heirlooms, you were saying.
Oh, that's right. Heirlooms. Mittens, come with me. Let's get the heirlooms. And she gets up. Yeah, the cat's just doing its cat thing. You've got your tea. And she goes rummaging around in the desk and she pulls out a couple of things that have been sitting on top, an old quilt, some stuffed animals that obviously are from a time way before when she was supposed to have them. And she does pull out a photo album and a leather book. Yeah, see here, these are some prized possessions from been in the family a long time. And she pulls out the picture book. Now this is one of the only photos I know of Heron. And she hands over the photo, and there's a couple of photos, black and white, of Heron Fetz, and sure enough, he's got the black goatee, the dark hair. In some of the pictures, he's pretty much standing next to a cabin that looks kind of familiar. What's familiar about it isn't the cabin, it's the area around the cabin. It looks a lot like Pot Creek.
Okay.
So like maybe there used to be a cabin there, and then it's gone. And you see an old journal. This used to be his. He wrote down some things about when he was in the town.
All right. Well, you hit her over the head. I'll take the heirlooms.
Ow.
Oh, and make sure to get mittens on our way up. No, I guess go through the journal, flip through it, see if anything pops out. Make pleasant conversation. Oh, let's look at this. This is nice.
It's quite a long journal, and it's sporadically dated. So you can find entries dating all the way back to 1805, and going up pretty much until the year of his death. So it's a journal that is updated infrequently, but over a 25-year period. There's a lot of ramblings and rantings about the government and local settlings. It strikes you as a kindred spirit, Gerald. He's very much a get off my lawn kind of guy. 1808, 1809, he does mention a Clare. And he talks about how they would go to picnic lunches under the 3 oak tree, how they would go for walks by the river. And then he mentions a falling out, and then never mentions her again.
Because he murdered her.
And then the following entries are pretty much life on the farm. And then the old woman offers up, oh yeah, he used to have a cabin. That was before it was torn down and made into a national park. That was 1880, 1890, somewhere in there. It had been abandoned for a long time. Nobody lived there. I guess that...
I wonder if the deed's still in your name. That would be interesting.
No, there's no deed. They took that away when they took away the cabin. National park and all. That was before my time. I don't know how old you think I am. But I wasn't alive in 1890 to see that happen.
No, I was actually going to segue that into a reason to leave, but now I'm just going to leave.
Oh, but you haven't finished your tea.
I have now. Still hot.
Perfect cup of tea takes time. That's what happens when you're Russian.
God, yeah. Actually, I'm guessing it took us some time to go through the journal.
Agent Dixon, would you like some honey? Sweeten that tea up a little.
I hope this woman dies.
She will eventually.
Soon.
Eric, do you have any interactions that you'd like to make with this old woman?
Oh, no. I was being quiet on purpose.
Okay.
Didn't want to draw her back.
Okay, no, she does ask you if you want some honey for your tea. Sweeten it up a little bit.
Yeah, and then yes, honey, please.
Yeah. She brings you the honey. It's delicious.
I drink mine straight.
It's bitter.
Yep. No sugar, no honey, no cream.
You put some orange for you.
Who puts cream in green tea? That we can go look for the cabin.
I like the site that used to be.
That is something you could probably find at the Hall of Records.
Then that's what we do.
I'll make a roll. Yeah, you find it no problem. It's an old document. It's got the whole land parceled out. Part of where the guys were doing all their sword fighting, there was a parcel of land that a cabin used to be on, and it belonged to Heron Fetz.
Well, I'm wondering if he buried something at his cabin. And I'm sure we can't get the rights to do it, but we can do it anyway. But if we cause too much of a stink with the park rangers, they'll probably call the feds and find out that we're not real. Digging at night sucks. Plus, there's a bunch of larpers there. Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with this exactly. Just start setting off your pipe bombs. Scare the shit out of those kids.
We're playing for real now.
And then from where you go from here, I need you to let me know what sort of preparations you make.
Oh, obviously we've got our salt, shotguns, rock salt, crowbars, the general sort of thing. That's great. If we put like robes over it, we could just be like fat monks, and if anybody's like going on, we'd be like, "Oh, we're trying to LARP with you."
Get out of here, G-Man.
Get out of here, G-Man.
You don't see who says it. You don't.
I will shoot one of you. Random.
Let's go out to the fight first before we commit to any kidnapping or anything.
You head out to the site of where the guy used to own his land.
Yep.
And it takes a little bit of orienting because the land has changed over the last 100 years. You're pretty confident you're able to find the patch where a cabin used to be, because the cabin was torn down about 100 years ago. You see the clearing off by the stream where they used to go and have picnics. You see the oak tree spot where you think the root cellar might have been. All of it's been, all of the buildings have been torn up since. But you can kind of place in your mind where they used to be based on the cabin photo.
Okay. First thing, pull out the supernatural tricorder.
The EMF?
Yep. Yeah, just see if we get any readings around here.
So we also bring out the EMH just in case.
Yeah.
Robert Picardo senses no paranormal activity. You get some low-level EMH, now I'm doing it too. You get some low-level EMF around the cabin. It's hard to say what that means. It could be residual, it could be within the spirit's sphere of influence.
At which point, I guess it's just like sort of a spiral search into the woods.
Alright. A couple more rolls. Ooh, natural 20 for Eric.
Yay.
You notice a 3-foot tall collection of white flowers. It's a rare herb. It goes by the name of asphodel, and normally they're only grown in botanical gardens, but it's also associated with the dead. Those flowers are growing right by the triple-trunked oak tree that was mentioned in the journal where they used to have picnics. Closer investigation of that tree reveals spikes in EMF. Digging up a tree in a national park might draw some attention if you've got a bunch of people watching.
So do I have a bunch of people watching?
There's people out there that are aware of you because they're fighting with their pretend swords. They're a ways away, but there's really good visibility. That's kind of why they chose this area. It's because it's really good visibility and it's wide open, and we can have our big fake fights and not have to worry about a whole bunch of trees and all that, unless we want to go play in the trees, which are right over there.
We should probably collect those flowers, since it is an herb. Might be used for a spell, since it is associated with the dead.
Sure, we can do that.
Make a note of it.
Do you alert me to your discovery?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the emergency medical hologram was telling us that the tree was spiking, though, not necessarily the ground in front of it.
No, the area around it. Like, the EMF is not like magic wand. It's more of an area of effect.
We should probably look up on what the protocol is for federal rights when they need to dig something up on protected land. Because even the government can't just go dig up shit that the government has decided is protected. I mean, we could dig the area up at night when our peers are, hopefully, most of them are sleeping and there's less people paying attention.
We should be able to knock it out at night. So let's just wait till 9 to be safe.
Mm-hmm. And then just dig and explain if we get caught.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the only way to do it. That's the only way to get our 100% clear.
Well, I insist on the police tape in case the LARPers walk over.
Sure.
well, that's what we do then. We wait till
Okay.
nightfall because we still have a whole nother day before someone's supposed to be murdered. So after everyone goes in for the feast and the end of festivities, we just overnight start our dig.
Around 7:30, it gets dark. Starts to rain. The Larpers call it an early night because of the rain to go into the cabin, have their feast. And then, sure enough, around 8:30, the stragglers make their way out of the park around 9 o'clock.
He says it's raining.
Yep.
God damn it.
Guess we should have set up that tarp. No.
Yeah. Dig.
Okay, the lore says pretty much the best place to start digging would be right about where you found the flowers. So you start digging down, and it's tough going because the body you're looking for has been there almost 200 years, and there's been a lot of tree growth since then.
So roots would have moved the bones.
Right, you got roots that have grown over the bones as well. So there's a lot of digging, there's a lot of hacking of roots.
There's just going to be a whole lot of salt and a whole lot of fire. That tree is gone.
It's
Yeah, I was actually thinking this is a lot of work for 3 murders per 10 years.
I mean, do you guys just want to walk away because there's some roots in the ground? I mean,
it's a person per decade on average. More people die in bike accidents. I think more people are eaten by sharks, and almost nobody is eaten by sharks.
That's excellent.
More people are probably eaten by whales than are killed by this ghost on average.
you're right here. You got the shovel in your hand. You got some roots in the ground. Fuck this.
It's raining. There's roots, and you know what else? This is canon. Like he's saying it out loud as he's hacking through roots, and it's like the coldest shit you've heard. But he has not slept well lately. He didn't sleep well last night. He's already hungover from this morning. It's raining. He's in the mud. He's hacking through this really big root right by the tree, and he's just saying it all out, like, man, more people are killed by whales. You know, if you think about it, if we just let one more person die, we got 10 years for a whole hunter group to just set up a situation to exhume this area.
You do find, after about a half an hour of miserable wet digging, you finally uncover what you think is a bone.
It could be the leftovers from somebody's dinner 200 years ago.
You get in there and you brush some of the wet, clumpy dirt off of it. And, sure enough, it is a femur. The skeleton seems to be intact. Lightning flashes, and from inside your hole in the ground, behind Eric, you see a woman in a dress getting ready to strangle him from behind.
She's right behind me, isn't she?
Yeah.
So you're able to get a swing of the crowbar off in time before she puts her hands around you. That's going to slow her down. It's not going to stop her. The only way to stop her is to salt and burn the bones. So Gerald, you better pick it the fuck up.
They're wet. I can hit her with some iron.
Well, you can either hit her with iron or you can dig.
If you can defend yourself, by all means, I'll keep digging.
Next round, the ghost comes back. You take another swing with the crowbar and you miss, and the ghost puts its hand right up inside your chest and squeezes on something that it shouldn't be squeezing on before you're finally able to get a shot off with the shotgun and disperse it. You take a hit of damage, Eric. Next round.
Yay, it wasn't me.
Gerald went busy. Next round. Eric. It's coming at you. You were able to disperse it with a shotgun blast of rock salt. Gerald, pick your ass up. Keep digging. You get a 3. You're almost there.
Right.
I think we got it.
Eric, to defend yourself, 19 plus 15 versus 7. No, you're fine. You're able to keep it away with the crowbar, swinging like a wild man. Gerald, you are able to finally stop to uncover the bones and begin the process of burning it. The ghost comes at you, gets ready to put his hand right into your chest one